Is that a segment? Tempest, do not make that a segment. Thank you. Tempest, I will fire you if you make that a segment.
The people have spoken. They have said as clearly as they can that this is what they want.
%0 of you are subscribed. Fix that.
I don't, this is like a love trapezoid or something like that. SFO and Sargon are both obsessed with like pot-shotting from their Twitter alts because they got banned on their mains. You know? These two are both like really obsessed with Shu. It's insane. What would the actual shape be? So we have me, and I'm here. And then we have Shu. Okay? And then we have SFO and Sargon. And now we're going to need to get complicated, okay? SFO and Sargon clearly have some sort of thing going on. I think that's pretty inarguable, okay? I'm doing a dashed line here because Shu and I are friends. I'm going to do a ghost graph line halfway between Shu and Sargon because they used to be friends. And likewise to SFO, okay? And then this is where it gets spooky, okay? Then you have, where's the right thing? Where's the spray? Spray. Okay. Then you have the fans of both of these guys, okay? Now, every fan of SFOs and Sargons wants to fuck Shu. Okay? So this is what we call the hypersimp, okay? It's an infinite recursive loop of desperate, angry simping. And it's what feeds the power levels of SFO and Sargon, allowing them to channel a greater level of spiritual energy, which they can use to, of course, every once in a while, Shu on Head will have like a nightmare or like wake up from a fever dream, and that's because of the psychic energy being directed her way. Now, I get the blowback from some of this, okay? Every once in a while, because of the latent psychic energy that is transmitted from Shu to her friends, and no doubt this happens also to Shu's other friends and to Shu's family and stuff like that, occasionally I get indigestion. And I assume this is the product of the recursive hypersimp loop that gets directed towards Shu, you know? But unfortunately, it doesn't stop here because nobody is an island, and we also have the online left, okay? Which I'm going to represent here with a, how do I best do this, okay? We're going to represent the online left by this big swarm with a frowny face on it, which I think is fairly representative in many ways. And now, okay. Now we have additional problems, okay? So, unfortunately, the opposite of a hypersimp loop is called a Klein derangement syndrome, okay? What a Klein derangement syndrome is fuck me, do I know how to draw a Klein bottle? Basically, there's like a loop, and it goes like this, and it trips around itself, and it opens up into itself, and it's like a okay. And essentially, and it looks a little bit like a dick, kind of, okay? And the energy generated from the frothing hatred that the online left throws our way, of course, you know, need I not draw the arrows? What this does is it creates a vortex, which I am going to, let's see. Here we go, okay? The vortex blurs space-time around Shu on Head. No, that's not the right tool. We want the fingertip tool. Oh, there we go. Let's get the right brush size, lowest hardness. There we go. Okay. There. Yes. There we go. There we go. And what this does is this creates a vortex of spiritual energy, which puts Shu on Head in an awkward position. You see, Shoe-on-Head is now in a position where she is being psychically attacked from the right and the left. And needless to say, there is a lot of blowback going on towards me right now. But there is a lot of energy being directed at her right now. Now, the problem with all of this is that I can't be quiet, you know? I have to say something. I have to say something controversial, something daring, something nobody expects me to say, like, I think Shoe-on-Head's pretty cool. And this sets things off. You see, now, by way of my friendship, I have activated the Simp Hyperloop trap card, and the ultimate Wojak Re attacks me. I get the blowback, but the blowback actually gets deflected from me because I was only receiving the hate energy from the negative online left, which freed up enough psychic space to prevent me from losing the concentration I would need from falling prey to the hatred from the simps over here. Meaning, they go in fucking hard for Shu. And Shu just gets the bombard. Listen, it's like fucking Berlin in Shu's brain. It is unbelievable, okay? Shu is just getting fucking Nagasaki, okay, over here from the collective simp energy. And the problem is, anytime there's a relent in the simp energy, the online left, it goes hard too, you know? So the point that I'm trying, so this is a visual representation of the environment that we find ourselves in. And of course, all of this is recursive. This is actually a 4D time loop that I'm not capable of representing in physical 3D space, much less the 2D plane that I'm drawing on right here. But if I were to explain it to you, imagine that every individual element of this graph is rotating along a central axis, and then there's a fourth dimension that it shifts in and out of, depending on whether or not Shoe-on-Head has tweeted anything out about Joe Biden or Antifa recently. You know, one of my biggest fears about getting a content manager was that one day I would have a stream and it wouldn't be the best stream and I'd say some embarrassing shit. And then the next day I'd wake up and that shit, which I did not want to be made into a segment, ends up getting made into a segment. That's my greatest fear, you know? Back on the street. Copyright violation.